Another myth at the start of the downswing. Start down by turning your left hip. So, top of the backswing, start down by turning the hip. Top of the backswing, turn the hip first. No one does that. No one actually does that. No one that I can think of, and I've got literally on my computer hundreds, probably thousands of swings of brilliant golfers, and I've got thousands of photographs of brilliant golfers, and no one actually does that. Some golf pros, for whatever reason, they put a chair against their pupil's left hip, and then they have to swing down, making sure they don't knock the chair over. So the chair goes against the left hip, and then they have to swing down, moving away from the chair. If we put a chair against the top 1,000 golfers in the world, against their left hip, when they started down, every single one of them would knock the chair straight over. When you start down, the hips do turn, but they also go to the left. To start down by just turning your hips would be disastrous. Just turn the hip, and there's the club right outside the line. Ball goes to the left, the face is open, goes to the left, and then there's the big slice. If you slide your hips too far forward, that way, then we have the opposite. The club now comes too far behind you, so there's a big push, or there's a big hook. By getting the combination right, and the downswing is all about combinations, shifting left and turning round, then we can get into a good hitting position, weight on the left, drive the ball forward, and also from this side, by moving left and turning round, we can get the golf club to come down more or less exactly on line. So the club is now parallel to the target line. Parallel going back, shift left, turn round, parallel coming down, slightly further forward. So we're going to go back on the screen now, my computer screen. We're going to see if we can find anybody starting down by just turning the hips. One of my pupils, current 2010 Hampshire County champion, very good golfer, I think he's off scratch or +1 now, will draw what I call the left heel line. It's a vertical line from the left heel, more or less goes onto the left hip, and then we can see in the downswing where the left hip goes in the real swing. So just away from the line slightly, great backswing. And don't forget, this is for real, this isn't a theory, this is what actually happens in the swing of a scratch golfer. And the left hip has gone to the left. Ball hasn't been hit yet, his entire left leg, left hip, is past the line. The hips have gone to the left and turned round. The combination is essential. Just to the left isn't any good, just round isn't any good. You have to get the combination. Oh, that's a great golf swing. Let's just focus now on the right hip. And if the left hip goes to the left in the downswing, then there's a good chance the right hip's going to go towards the target as well. Let's see if it did. So hip on the arrow, left hip's going to go forward and round, and there's the right hip moving right away from the arrow. Great swing, good impact position, face still square. It's really good. On to Ben Hogan, certainly one of the best golfers who ever lived. Ben Hogan won the Open Championship in 1953, he won the US Open in 1948, 1950, 1951, 1953, and he won the PGA, the US PGA, in 1946 and 1948, and he won the Masters at Augusta in 1951 and 1953. So clearly a brilliant golfer. In Ben Hogan's book, The Modern Fundamentals of Golf, think it's on page 91, you can check it if you wish. He says that when you start the downswing, the left hip's going to move away from this line, to the left of the line. In reality, and we need to be realistic, he's nowhere near the ball, club head is somewhere behind this young man's head, and his left leg is entirely past that line now. Hips have gone to the left and they've gone round. All good golfers will make that movement, no doubt whatsoever. If you address the ball and get to the top of the backswing and then just turn your hips, you will come right across the ball, hit the ball in the wrong direction and not very far. You can see how far forward he's gone by looking at his head, and behind his head there's a lady, and there she is. So left leg, right leg, left hip, right hip, shoulders moving forward, moving left. Not just a turn, it's a slide and a turn at the same time. Tiger Woods in the Ryder Cup 2006 seems to not enjoy the Ryder Cup. I think he's a very, very talented, almost a genius really, genius of playing golf, and people like Tiger Woods, I guess, are quite solitary and they want to work on their own game and they're interested in their own results, and the team bit doesn't go down too well. I understand that. Supreme golfer. Let's watch the G. If he's going to clear his hip first, then the G will stay visible even when the ball's gone. But it hasn't, the G's gone. The ball hasn't been hit yet, the ball's on the peg, hasn't been hit yet, and he's moved his entire left leg forward. I guess that G must be 6-8 inches across, and it's gone. So if Tiger Woods turned his hip first and only turned his hip, we wouldn't have heard of Tiger Woods. Shift left, turn round, shift left. Combination. The hips don't simply turn round. It would be impossible. So, myth number 2 gone. Hips don't just turn, hips go sideways and they turn. Sideways and turn. Again, if you turn your hips round, then the club has to come out. Out and across, ball goes left, straight left or face open, slice. Shift left, turn round. Club comes down on the right line, ball goes straight.